We're live. It's Sunday, October 11th, 2020, 3:07 p.m., 9:07 p.m. bullshit standard time in the UK. It's the Across the Pondcast, the best podcast you never heard of with Sam and Matt. We have a special guest on the show. We have Rolando, My Tech Review. How are you doing, sir? Welcome, and thanks for stopping by on a busy Sunday, I'm sure, for you.
Give me a second, Sam, because for some reason, I'm hearing echo.
Okay.
Oh, no.
I guess now it should be fine because
okay.
I had the Twitch stream next to my screen and I was hearing the echo from the Twitch stream.
Gotcha. Well,
so
good.
We had a problem with the echo when.
Yeah, so you just said echo. I immediately started beads of sweat. Beads of sweat start hitting. So yeah, good. Well, Simon's in the house. Aditya, Dave Burns. We don't hear an echo in there. They're sounding off and saying it's good. So as far as content, it may be terrible, but as far as sound quality, we may be okay. So how are you doing today in your neck of the woods, sir?
Good.
Well, here, I want to thank you guys for inviting me. This is a great opportunity for people to get to see my face because they see me in the chat, but they actually haven't met me or do not know what I do. So this is a good thing that you were able and Matt were to invite me to participate on the show.
Oh, it's our pleasure. We'd love to have anybody in the chat or anybody we'd like to have on who's either starting out or even established channels. Obviously, we have had some big guests on the show, but just anybody on the show who wants to come and spend some time with us, we always appreciate that, no matter who they are or what they're bringing to the table, because everybody brings something really valuable to the table for us. So we appreciate you coming on. And we also see he has some he's got a proper setup. So if you're watching the stream, if you're listening to the show afterwards, I want to describe it. So he's got some acoustic tiles going on behind him, and he's got he looks proper as opposed to Matt with his wallpaper and me with my wife's office in the background, which
I'm working on a background.
I
feel like the guys have missed the flowers, to be fair. So I'm kind of not wanting to give up the flowers.
Put some LEDs back there.
Put some LEDs.
I kind of like the flowers.
Yeah,
kind of have some flair to the show.
Some rave music, have a rave going on. That'd be kind of cool. Yeah, it's cool. So we were talking before the show about kind of your starting, and so obviously before we get started, we're going to see that Matt and I are wearing our Across the Pondcast shirts.
For the first time, we're actually matching for since we got the shirts.
Yeah, and we didn't really talk about that. We just happened to both show up with the shirts on. This just happened to be on the top of my shelf, so I grabbed it. And Matt, I think it's laundry day for him, so he probably put that one on. And Rolando looks like he's got mostly a black t-shirt, but he's got a cool
last week. I always wear t-shirts.
This is my logo.
Yeah, okay.
And the shirt is the same with the logo.
Oh, there you go. My Tech Reviews. See, there you go. So we got merch, and I think you were talking about now. Is that merch available yet, or is that still being worked on? Where is the status of the shirts and the stuff?
I actually put the link in. I think it's pinned on Twitter right now. So I actually opened the merch store, but actually I told you yesterday, I got the samples, and I had a sweater and another t-shirt, and I didn't like the way the logos look, so. Okay. So I'm going to redo them, and I'm going to make them like this, kind of like a plain logo on white, because it actually looks better on the t-shirts. But this one is not available, but there's one similar to this one with a smaller logo. And on the back says everything about tech.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, it's kind of interesting. You have to think about contrast, and does white look good? Does black look good? Does, a different color? Do you go white? Do you go black? And you have to you never thought you'd have to check that out to see how it looks, and then of course you look at it, you have to go, I don't think I like that much.
No, it's just because
I've
of the color red
in the chat if anybody wants to have a look. I've posted the link in the chat.
And actually this hat, I had it made in Massachusetts in a company, I think it's Casual Corporates, and even though it sounds like a big thing to do, they actually do it single t-shirts. If you want to make one and see how it looks, you pay for one, they send it to you, you like it, then you can make an order on them.
Cool.
So that's how I did it.
Kind of like a sample, but really kind of an actual shirt. So if you like it, cool. If you don't like it, well, you made one. You're a subscriber of one, so you can rock around your own stuff, and everybody's like, you're the most unique shirt ever because it's just yours. Yeah, I mean, that's why we're asking. So we like to. Again, I told them.
Put the link in the chat if anybody wants to check out his Teespring.
So I actually took the sweater and the shirts while I changed the logos and put them back on again. So that one that is right there is actually that one is available. The hats are not available, but if somebody wants one, just let me know and I can figure out how to get it to.
I'm a hat guy. I've not got my hat on today, but I've got 2K's
actually,
hat
like
on its way.
I think most of you read a tweet that I did a few days ago. I think it was the beginning of the week. Like, I like to help all the content creators. No matter if you're a big channel, small channel, I try to help them out. Just follow their content. If they have a good content, I just keep following them. And actually, I got teachers from Juan Carlos. I got teachers from TK. I got teachers from MK. I got teachers from Linus. So I got all sort of type of different content creator swag.
Well, yeah, and then like I said, I'd almost be willing, instead of like them, they have a giveaway for a phone, I'd rather get like a giveaway for a t-shirt. It's like I'd rather have a t-shirt or a mouse pad or a hat or a beanie or a bumper sticker or something, or a little anything, like a little keychain thing. I kind of like all that stuff. I'd rather have that than a phone, to be perfectly honest with you, because I can't use 5 phones at the same time. I don't
it's
like that.
Right now I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
No. So
I was going to add. Now.
Yeah, you got.
I had 5. I have currently only got 1.
I have one that I haven't even opened it yet.
Oh,
technically, I've got 2, but one's stuck in customs. So.
Right.
Yeah.
Was that the Duo?
That's the Microsoft Duo. Yeah. Currently that's stuck in customs, and I ain't never getting.
Don't mention it. I almost went to the Microsoft store and got one yesterday. So.
Oh, see, almost. So the question, and then we were going to ask too is, I know you review phones as well, so you have 5. What do you use as like a regular phone? Do you have? I always ask this of people who review. Do you have one you kind of stay with and then just play with everything? Okay, it looks like a Samsung.
Note 20.
Yeah, Note 20. So how are you liking that as a regular daily device?
I've been using Samsung for 9-10 years, and I started with the S2 line, so that's way back there. And the only phone that drive me out of Samsung was this guy right here.
Wow.
The OnePlus.
OnePlus.
And actually, I've been part of OnePlus forums since OnePlus One, and we're talking about probably 2008, 2009 when they started they posting.
Hard to remember. It's a long time ago. Right?
Yeah. So they started like they were starting to talk about like they were going to make a phone and people didn't know who the company was, and they were just sending like little emails, and then they just became what they are right now. And also I've been part of the XDA developers forum for 14 years.
Wow.
So,
yeah, that's cool. So yeah, I did have the original OnePlus One. It was pretty nice. I liked actually using it. It was kind of fun because it had side edge mod. It was kind of cool. The only problem was getting them back then was all that invite system, and that was just it was a really challenge just to get any phone, and I had to get it used, and I enjoyed it. So, and then I guess I just saw the phone you had. Now I wasn't sure, was that the 4A or the 4A 5G or the
that's the 4A. I have it. When TK did the review, like a month ago. Month and a half ago, something like that. So I actually got it when it came out, and it came from, I bought it on Amazon, and the phone got here. The case didn't get here. So the case took like 2 weeks to get here, or 2 weeks after.
So, I can't believe that it came out that long ago for you guys. And it literally came out last week here.
Yeah, so
the Pixel 4a only just come out, and the Pixel 4a.
Yeah, it's been like a month since actually it was launched here in the US, and it was actually they kind of like launched the phone and did not launch the phone because it got kind of leaked, and they just here you got 4a. So it was kind of like that. They just put it out there for people to buy it. Because there was not like a proper introduction to the phone. It was just like, all right, got leaked. All right. And kind of Google is known for leak stuff. So
really?
Yeah.
It's not like that 3XL leaked much at all, did it?
Pretty much has that become their new modus operandi, seems like. So we were talking before the show, Rolando, about like your beginnings, and we're going to have to go to the origin story because that's what people come here to watch. I think that's why I kind of like coming to the show, to hear the things that they normally wouldn't hear. I mean, I'm sure they'd love to hear your reviews, which are always really good, but more about you, the creator and the person, not necessarily the stuff you review. So kind of what did you do beforehand? How did you get started in your origin story? Would be awesome if you got time.
Well, I became a firefighter. So, hey, Gary, I was a firefighter too. When I was 18 years old, I became a firefighter. At the same time, back in 2003, after the Twin Towers, I joined the United States Army, and I was a reserve. And since then, I did 14 years on my firefighter career. I got injured when I was in the Army. I had to get out. But since I was like 16 or 17, I've been around computers and video games. And even before that, my first video game was a Nintendo in 1987. So, and I've been a gamer most of the time. So I always like to kind of break stuff, fix stuff by myself, and kind of self-educate myself. When I do something wrong, look for information, try to get it done. And that's most likely what I've been doing. And like 2 years ago, I decided like, well, I've been doing this for back then 18, 19 years. That's a hobby. I might as well just try to do it for YouTube videos and tell people how to do stuff. And if most of the people that put comments asking about information, I just lead them on. If I don't have the information, hey, this guy might have the information. Just try to help them out. And that's how it's been. Even though review is not my strength on doing reviews and unboxing like that, because I'm not like a camera guy person. I'm more like a typing.
You're among friends.
Yeah.
So
that's okay.
That's if you look at my videos, the most videos that got views on my channel are like the Atomos Ninja 5 that are like helping people how to update their Ninja 5. People don't know how to update their Ninja 5 because there was no video about how you can update your Ninja 5 to get a better compatibility with new cameras and stuff like that. And that's how it's been. So, and I've have the opportunity to work with small companies that been sending me stuff like tripods and cameras. And lately, a small company from China is becoming a big company. And people don't know that Fine is a company that's actually competing really good with microphones right now. It's compared with like the Blue Yeti. And actually, they sent me one of the new microphones that comes with the boom and everything. It's still in the box. Haven't even touched it yet. But
okay.
I know another reviewers already have done review. But it's good that's how companies little by little have been reaching out to me.
Yeah. Well, that's good. And we were talking too about how he had gotten started, and then, it's hard kind of getting off the ground, and, you're reaching out to these larger companies like Google, Microsoft, and being for events, and they're like, yeah, well, it's nice, but, pat you on the head and you're not big enough. They don't even answer. They're like, there are companies that don't even answer. Like OnePlus
doing that.
OnePlus, I got to the OnePlus's event because I was part of the forum, not because PR contact me. Like I send emails to PR, and nobody contacted me. But between the guys that knows me on the forums, they just send me invites, and that's how I was able to get invites to the events. The same with Samsung. I got invited to Samsung because I was part of their forums, and they invited me back in 2017, 16. The Note 8 came out, and they invited me because it was in New York, and I live here in Connecticut, so I was right there close. But I couldn't go to that one. But then I reached to the same person, and that's how I got invited to the S10 and to the Note 20. But some of those PR, the first thing they look at your name, they look YouTube, they look Twitter, they look Instagram, see how many followers you have. If you don't have enough followers, for them, it's just a waste of time to send an invite for somebody that is not dragging sales to their company. That's how they look at it.
Yeah. Well, at the end of the day,
that's look at it though, man.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, isn't that what they're in the business for? They're there to try. Now, I think they should have a more holistic approach, reaching out to big creators, but lower, people who are just trying to get off the ground and who could really use that extra kind of, exposure, right? But at the end of the day, they're looking at bottom lines. They have to drive sales, and they need people, they need bang for buck. If you got 1,000 seats, they want to put as many people in there, and it's hard to get them to change their thinking about having people like, not us, because who would have us on me? I mean, seriously, but like guys like yourselves who are trying to get off the ground and who are doing the right thing by helping you to educate, not necessarily drive a sales pitch, but actually showing people things they can do with devices, cameras, booms, microphones, and that kind of thing.
Yeah,
it would be nice.
It's like Google, like, I've tried everything to get in touch with Google, try to get not a device, but actually try to participate when they actually had the events. And they had some here in New York, and I didn't get any invite or even an answer. Actually, Microsoft was better. When Microsoft launched the Surface 3, the PR contacted me back. But they didn't have the availability at the moment because they had already everybody. And like, well, if a couple days before the event, somebody just don't want to come, we'll buy you. But it didn't happen. So you got those big companies that they just look at numbers and they forget about how it is.
Thing is with those companies, once you get that invite, you get that sense of, I don't know, like, I'm recognizable now by them. Do you know what I mean? Like, it'd be like when you get that invite, you'd be thinking, oh, okay, so that what I'm doing is obviously a good thing.
Yeah, it's like right now, a lot of people said YouTube is hard, and yeah, it's hard. It's not easy. YouTube has made it more about how I can help the already guys that have a lot of viewers, like Marquez Brownlee has 10 million subscribers. Linus Tech Tips has another 10, 11 million subscribers. PewDiePie, Mr. Beast. If you, like, for example, I was talking with Juan Carlos the other day on the chat on his live stream on Monday. Like, YouTube implemented the YouTube Shorts. It's kind of like a TikTok type of thing, and it has to be 60 seconds long. Mr. Beast did only one, the first one. He had 40 million views on that first one and a million subscribers on the first day.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw yours. The one I guess you were in your. Look like you were in your car.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was like, it was kind of cool. It's almost like kind of like a TikTok kind of vibe.
Yeah.
I don't do anything on TikTok. I've watched it because it's kind of funny, but I don't know anything about. I mean, I just look at it. My daughter's using a lot. Even Becky. I look over there and she'll send me these TikTok links. I'm like, I don't think they're that funny.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, it's actually right now.
Becky,
cool.
Come on.
Nobody knows how actually YouTube Short works. So it's just in a testing, I guess, environment right now.
Okay.
It's actually only available supposed to be for India. But they said that if you are in another country, you can put shorts on the title or shorts in the description, and it has to be 60 seconds long. But there's no methodology on how it works. Like Rob Wilson and Travis and all these guys from vidIQ, they've been trying to figure out how it works, but nobody actually knows, because you got guys that only have 10 subscribers and have 100,000 views on a short, and they don't know how it actually works. And you got guys with a lot of subscribers, 1,000 subscribers, and they only get 60 views on a short. So they don't know if it actually counts to your time, because YouTube, you have to have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours in a year period. If you don't comply with that year, you don't get monetization. So you have to keep that range. If you don't, so nobody knows how it actually works. So I'm just testing here and there, see how it works, because even though it might not get a lot of views or it might not even count to your viewing time, it might help you attract more people into your channel.
Yeah, absolutely. Any exposure is good. And like I said, the good thing about me and Matt is we don't really know anything about monetization from YouTube, because
we know nothing. We've just passed 50 subscribers, though.
Yes, 50. 50. That's right. And then here's the thing.
We're on 52 subscribers on YouTube.
And probably because of our content, as far as using colorful language, we probably never be monetized on it, but that's okay because we don't really give a fuck.
Yeah, it's just
Well, Matt does. I don't.
No.
I think Matt cares.
Why do I care?
I don't know, because you seem to care about those kind of things.
No,
where
I
just
care
like,
about. I care about us, Sam.
and in a very straight, not like weird way, very agape way.
Very.
So
You're there. I'm here.
But yeah, I guess that's what's like liberating about what we do is because, and this is not like throwing shade at anybody, but if you're looking to that path to trying to grow a channel because that's what you really want to do, man, more power to you. But I can tell you that's probably challenging because of all the hoops you got to do and constantly content and constantly create. But then it starts to leverage into like work and a job. And right now I just don't want to do that. And Matt and I just don't really want to do that. So it's just tough to kind of. It's okay because from us, it's kind of liberating. It's to me, I want it to be a hobby and I kind of want it to stay there. If it organically grows and takes off and goes crazy, which I highly doubt. But if it does, cool, then I'll deal with that.
I'm surprised 52 people want to to be fair. Like, never mind fucking 10.
But it's it's just it's hard. It's like, and like I was saying earlier, I was like, it's all about how everything works. And I look at my stats on the channel and then people don't know that actually the stats help you on figure what you're supposed to be doing on your channel, what videos, what time people are actually watching your videos. And that's how you start growing. And
I don't think I've ever seen our our page. I would have no idea. Stats page.
Yeah, so that helps you out because when you look at those stats, you see suddenly how your channel is slightly growing. Like I started my channel with this. I started my channel in 2018, but I didn't make a video until 2020. So
you're actually growing quite quickly then. To be fair,
I gained 200. I got right now 228, and you see how the line goes like slowly progressive going. So my goal was to end the year with around half of what I'm supposed to have for monetization. But there also is the consistency of doing videos. And like I was telling you, the type of work that I do at night is hard to be able to go to sleep, wake up, do a video. Oh, it's time to go to work. So
yeah, it's all about finding the balance, isn't it?
Yeah.
So for people who want to grow a channel, it's all about finding that balance, but also not wearing yourself out.
Yeah, it's just
you don't want to feel that burden.
Yeah, sometimes I wake up and I'm like, I have to set up because, like I said, I live in an apartment. I have to set up everything every time I'm going to record something. I have to put the table. I have to set up the cameras. I have to set up the lights. It's not like I got a mini studio that I can have everything already ready to go. So I have to start putting everything together. By the time I look, it's been an hour and I haven't even recorded 10 seconds of a B-roll. So.
Yeah. Well, and I like Hickey's comment. So basically, it's about community. And we build something special. And it's just our little niche. And if it's only ever 150 or 200 people, then that's cool. Like I said, then that's cool. Because here's the thing.
Thank you, by the way, Joe. Thank you.
It's basically just a way to, and then for you look at the analytics. You're looking at metrics of the channel. How many people are engaged? When are they engaging? When are they? You figure if they're only on for 5 minutes, where are they? Are they fast forwarding? Are they just stopping? They getting their 2 minutes out of your 10 minutes and getting the content going. Okay, I'm done with this. Boop, go to the next one. Yeah. You can find out a lot of those things. Yeah, if you're into not chasing, but if you're into,
I really want to look at ads now.
I don't even and I will tell you honestly for everybody in the chat, and I know you're not going to be surprised by this content, but his comment. But we've never even looked at that. I don't even know how to get to that page. I'm sure we can figure it out. Maybe Rolando can offline tell us how to actually access our own stuff. Maybe that'll actually be he can help us out because we need the help apparently.
But yeah, it's like that way. Let's say for example on YouTube, everybody that see the replay of this podcast, you see which day and at what hours they actually see the replay, and that leads you to post the replay every day at that same time, so you're going to get the most views out of that video every day. Or or that day specifically over the week. Like my days, everybody looks at my videos between Thursday and Saturday, and at a weird hour between 12 and 3 o'clock. So that's how you have to figure out how the analytics works to try to keep growing the channel little by little. And
yeah, because I assume that it's not just about posting videos. It's about learning how the analytics work, where your best timing is, what your best comments, it's everything.
Yeah, and more when you were actually a starting guy like me. Yeah, when you are in the bottom, when I got 220 subscribers, and I'm gonna do a video from like I did when I did this video of the iPhone SE. I was one of the first guys that posted this video, and it was blowing. Like in the first hour, it went to 200 views, and for me, that's a big thing.
Oh God, yeah.
And then Man K came with his video. I Justine came with her video, and you saw for some reason my analytics went like from here, and it's been like this. Never. I think I barely got probably another 100 views since I launched the video.
Yeah,
total, and that iPhone SE came out in June.
Yeah,
but it's all about that growth, though, isn't it? You get that little bit of attention, you get that little bit of traction. Word spreads, people share your content,
and that's how
like
also
one's Reddit, a perfect place gets shared there, gets shared to our Android, and then it's all about that sharing.
And it's like Juan Carlos was saying, if he don't talk about a specific phones, his channel doesn't get views.
Right.
And it's also how YouTube pushes people's videos out. Yeah. Like if you're the first one to come out, YouTube doesn't get your analytics, but when they see a big content creator doing something similar to you, your video is going to come to this level. The other video is going to come up to this level because they want to see that guy that has 10 million subscribers watched 2 million views of that video because they know they're going to get monetized about that video and not from a guy that only have 200 subscribers. Right. So, and that's how it works.
And then Gary makes a comment too about mid-roll ads are killing YouTube's watchability. It's some of that stuff's hard. I mean, I guess
pay for premium, so I'm sort of okay. I pay for premium for a reason because I watch a lot of YouTube.
Right.
Well, I got premium too, and actually you can have 5 people in your premium account.
Oh, okay. Then get me on your premium account, so I don't have to watch. I don't care. I just watch it. But and we also got a couple
creators. Don't feed off my support, motherfucker.
That's fine. That's fine. Yeah. That's so much. Yeah, there's no I in team, right? Okay, but there's a me in team. Yeah, right. Anyway, so and we have some people in the chat who actually have subbed. So hopefully I want to clear this up. We're not going to set it up ever that you have to pay for any of this stuff because who would want to pay if you do sub our Twitch channel? That's awesome, but there's never going to be like a tier or paywall, or I could care less. The more people, I don't care if we literally get hundreds of thousands of people that watch this.
A paywall, man.
Some people do.
If you get big, that sucks.
I know, and some people do, and that's not shade thrown. It's just whatever you want to do as your personal
works
brand.
for you, but it sucks. We're not going to do things like that.
We're not going to do that.
If you want to chat. If you want to watch. If you want to sub. If you don't. It's like.
Yeah, it's like Gary was saying, mid-rolls are killing YouTube videos. And even though the video has to be more than 8 minutes to be able to add mid-rolls in the video, some YouTubers, even though they have taken out the option to not have mid-rolls, some of them still get them. And they don't know why. They haven't contact. Some of them have contacted YouTube creators about it, and I guess they haven't got out of it. But it's just you're watching a video, and at the 4 minute of the video is something interesting, and you have to watch a 30-second clip of Allegra.
Yeah. Well, and
it's always some really crap ad as well.
Yeah, it's not even close to the whatever the content creator is doing.
No, I
L'Oreal hair shampoo.
No, you know what I get a lot of, which I actually is okay, is I get a lot of Black Rifle Coffee ads, which is funny because the guys that run that company are awesome and they're a bunch of special operators.
It's
and they're
the contradictory ads I like. So you're watching a video about PlayStation and an Xbox ad comes on. It's like,
it's ironic. We like those. Yeah.
That's because we are who we are. We like shit like that because we are messed up.
Right. We have some issues we need to work through. Probably through some therapy.
I think Matt
don't need to work through anything.
Matt, he knows about the post that I did on Twitter about the Xbox and the PlayStation, and it was a simple question: which are you thinking to buy and why? And if you see all those comments. That went just berserker. It's just people went again. They were just hitting each other. Now PS5 better than the Xbox. I'm like, that wasn't the question. The question was why you want it. So,
oh, you mean to tell me you asked a legitimate question about something like that and it turned into a flame war? There's a surprise. Oh, yeah, there's a fucking shock, right? I mean, seriously, it's like, and to Matt's point, we had an issue about, just, I guess it's like, I don't understand. It's having an argument about how wet is water when it comes to these kinds of things, right? It's just wet, right? If you're into the beach, if you're into a pool, if you're into surfing, if you're into diving, it's like you're going to get wet. It's just water. It's cool. It's whatever works for you. I mean, if you like a certain brand or you don't like a certain brand, I have both. I've had Xboxes and PlayStations, both at some levels. Now, I've always had a PlayStation at launch. And as a matter of fact, the PS5 will be the only one I've never had at launch. I literally had the PS2 delivered to my house when everybody was like standing in line. I was like, this guy even's like delivered. He goes like, is this one of them PlayStation things? I go, yeah. He goes, man, you don't have to stand in line. You had it delivered to your house. I go, yeah. He's like, who do you know? I said, nobody. I just have a buddy who had a hookup. He was, but I had to buy the PlayStation 2, but I had to buy like 5 games.
How old you are.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying though, but I mean, but I have an Xbox and actually there's Xbox.
Go.
Yeah. And so it's just whatever works. I noticed I seem to use my PlayStation more, but I love Microsoft stuff. So I've had an Xbox and I think you can have both. I don't know why these have to be a binary choice. Like you have to be team PlayStations. Like, why can't you enjoy both or own both or not own both? It's like, can't we just all talk about it?
People understand that it's preference.
You don't need an Xbox,
and I got Switch, I got Google Stadia, I got Xbox, I got Xbox 360, I got the original Xbox, I play in PC.
I had the 360 until it did.
I had Nintendo, Super Nintendo, and 64, PlayStation 1.
There's nothing wrong with having more than one console. I'm just saying you don't need the Xbox because of the way that Microsoft are doing it. You can have the PC, you can have the game app on your phone. You can literally play Xbox anywhere without needing to own the console, which is one good thing about the Xbox.
Yeah, that's what is I explained it on the video. I did the video on YouTube about explaining the poll on Twitter and why people choose what they did, the choice that they make for each console. And the benefits about having an Xbox is that Xbox gives you the Game Pass option, and most of the games that are on the Game Pass, you can play it on PC. So and you can play it anywhere. Like you don't have to have a console.
I play Xbox games on my ROG 3. I hook up the PlayStation pad to my phone, go on the app, play. I've been doing it for since last year.
Yeah, and that's what it's all about right now. There's a lot of companies that are trying to do the cross-platform, but there's companies that are not all into it because they think about the competition. And but right now, sometimes the guys that I have on PlayStation, they're playing Fortnite. I play Fortnite on my PC. They're playing Warzone on the PlayStation. I play Warzone on the PC.
That's good. So, see, that's the thing, though. I play Warzone on the PlayStation, and crossplay is really good because I've got like TK. He's on PC, so when we play, it's good to have crossplay. And I think Andrew's on PC.
I think he's on PC too. Yeah.
So me and Sam are on PS4, and TK and Andrew are on PC, but we get to play together because of crossplay. The only problem is if you get a bad lobby with the PC hackers, and it's just a nightmare. I mean, Activision, they've started to ban Activision accounts now, but it's not working.
This is a good comment. I like this comment by Eric. He's noticed that sometimes some content creators pinch other creators' content without notifying or seeking permission. I wonder if that's ever happened. Probably Rolando, does that ever happen to you necessarily? Or do you have a comment about like what your thoughts about that are? I wonder if it's like on purpose, like people are like grabbing snippets, or it's the content's so close, it's kind of a gray area where it's like, I'm not really poaching, but I'm kind of, do you have any thoughts about that comment though?
Well, it's just, let's say, it's supposed, like, for example, some of them, they don't pay attention to it. Some of them just they're like, whatever. But I got one of my videos, I have MKBHD on it. and I actually sent him a tweet. I'm like, I'm gonna use 5 seconds of your, but if you post that information in your description, then the way YouTube pinches and seeks that information, it might look like you're trying to get information about that other content creator and bring it to your channel. And I usually try to I think it was for example a takedown. When the PlayStation 5 announced their launch, I think it was in May or April that they did that like kind of weird on stage with fake people on the back and showing the PlayStation. I did a stream on my channel, and that thing didn't have no issues. Just like a month ago, I have copyrights about the video, music, or whatever it's showing, and like 6 months later, I'm like, okay, yeah. So it just companies are just depending. It just or creators just depends on how they want to get advantage. Like for me, I'm a small channel. They don't care.
Right.
They really don't care.
But at some point, if you have like maybe 50,000 subscribers, maybe that gets on their radar a little bit more, and that becomes a little more of an issue.
It's for example, Unboxing Terry. He did the PlayStation live stream, and they copyright him right in the air, right there.
Like boom,
and he
right in the middle of the stream.
He posted it, and like they took him down. I did the Apple. I was live streaming. I had their live stream, and I was commenting on the video, and only like 30 seconds after I started the live stream, I was taken down.
Wow.
Apple, yeah, they do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently so does Sony.
Yeah.
They went after Lou. He's not exactly a chump. I mean,
another
went after
company
him
that is they like to do a lot of takedowns is Nintendo. Nintendo is been spending a lot of money on takedowns. You cannot even in YouTube, Twitch. I haven't seen that in Twitch, but on YouTube, if they catch you on their radar playing a game, their own game, you own the Twitch, you want to live stream it, and they feel like that is not available. They don't provide any benefits for them. They just take you down. It's like, no, you can't do anything with the Nintendo.
No one can silence us.
Right, because we don't. Yeah,
they
and
can
that's
try,
why,
but they won't.
And one thing is, and if anybody ever listens to, and probably they don't, because I'm sure whoever listens probably doesn't listen to the content, but the music at the beginning and the music at the end of our show, that audio, that's from a buddy of mine who's customized. Music. That's our music. He is not that. So there's no chance of that ever getting monetized, because worst case, he can make those beats, and we're
copywriting everything this past couple of weeks. It's all ours.
No, it's nothing's ours. We show up. So the one good thing is I just know that
the podcast is now ours. That is copyright.
Right. AcrossThePondcast.com is our website. So go check that out. It's still under process as far as making it look all nice and shiny and professional looking. But subscribe, it's like anything else we do. It's not always professional. It's kind of always, sort of nice and whatever. So it's good. So check that out.
To have the website. The website's cool.
No. I know. I'm just saying I just don't want anybody going there thinking it's Amazon, right? It's or any of these other people like Rogers is real nice. Life of Tech, right? It's really
it's sort of like Amazon. Because on our website is the link to the Etsy store to buy them.
It's like my website. I built my website. Plug. I built my own one, so
yeah, there you go. And so we're trying, and we're slowly but surely. And Greg's asking a question, Rolando, about have you ever tried Stadia? I mean, you said you have it. Have you used it? What are your thoughts on it as far as usability? Is it
right here?
Cool.
This little thing right here.
There you go. So, what are your thoughts about it? Does it work pretty good?
Everything within arm's reach.
I know.
Yeah, this is the founder edition.
Okay.
Okay. Cool. I've been working on a video for a while now about it, and still haven't put my thoughts around it, because when that launched on November last year, it was in the beginning stages, so nobody knew how it was going to work. And actually, some people forget about when Microsoft launched the Xbox One in E3 7 years ago. They had that idea about cloud gaming. And a lot of people complain about, no, because we have to pay for the license, but then you can't have the game if you switch to another console, and you cannot sell the game. And that's why Microsoft took it down, that idea. Now the Google Stadia is the same. If you own the Google Stadia, you have to pay Google to play the games, to be able to access those pro games. And it has evolved. It has evolved a lot, a lot. It's not.
You have to pay Google for the rights to pay for a game to play.
Yeah. Yeah, you have to. You pay the subscription for the Stadia Pro. You get the free games that they give you every month. But if there's a game within their lineup, you might have to buy it if you want to play. But if you, for example, wanted to play it in or sell your Google Stadia, that person doesn't get the games with it. The games on your account. So, and if you never play a game in Google Stadia, you don't have it, because and like Greg was asking about, like for PvE, like story mode games, RPG games, those type of games like Tomb Raider, it's actually really good. You can play in 4K, no issues. The latency,
it's just the way they went around doing it, rather than the actual way it plays.
The other thing is you have to have a good internet, depending on what type of resolution you want to play. Like if you want to play it from 720, you don't need that. 1080, you don't need that. 4K, you might need a little bit more speed to grab, and because the problem is that you're grabbing that game from the internet, streaming it onto your TV, and if you're playing, for example, Destiny or some type of game that is PvP, after you download it, you're using your stream, you have to upload whatever you're playing. So that latency is like play Destiny at the beginning of I was shooting somebody, and 10 seconds later I was dead, and I never saw the shot hit nobody.
Right.
And I was playing 1080.
Yeah, and that's probably my problem would be within those streaming services, is if you're in a place where you can get decent speeds, you can play. But for me, being out in an area that speeds are a challenge, as far as, I'd like to try those kind of things, but I'm
Dude, there is no point even like trying it for you, because it wouldn't work.
Oh, you're an asshole. Right, you're an asshole. I'm just saying. I mean, I would.
You're only just learning this now,
right? Well, I was trying to maybe see if you line out a bit, but no, you're still
your internet connection. This kind of stuff, it wouldn't be worth it for you, because
I could probably do the 720. Well, I'm okay with the resolution as long as it's playable. I'm okay with it. I think
latency for you would be more of a problem.
Yeah, that's probably what I have.
Quality. It would be latency.
You play any racing games. I actually got all the pro games that they have given for free, because it's $10 a month for the Google Stadia Pro account. I've taken every free game. I don't care if I don't like it or I don't like it. I just taking advantage of taking it free. And if I got Grid racing game, and plays nice. There's no problem.
Yeah.
Tomb Raider plays nice. Now, if you play something like Samurai Showdown, that's a fighting game, if you play the story mode, you're fine. You play PvP against somebody else, latency is going to be a big thing.
Yeah,
I couldn't play half the games I play with any latency, because life or death.
Well, Aditya says he plays chess at 120 FPS on AK on Wi-Fi. Well, that's nice, but the problem is he doesn't mention the fact he may get his ass kicked at 120 frames per second. He's probably pretty good. I would assume Aditya is probably pretty good. I used to play a chess game, and I'm going to show you how old I am, and then
we can see.
Oh, yeah, you're number one in my book. Anyway, so I used to play a chess game, and if anybody in the chat is old enough to remember this, because it was on an old Amiga, like old Atari Commodore, it was called Archon. So it was a chess-style game where you had little characters like a light and a dark side, and they actually fought. So when you actually took the square, they actually had a little battle, but the square changed from light to dark, and there had so you had to fight for points in the square. So it was like chess, but they actually, if you were on a light square. So there was this component of strategy, right? But there was also a component of you're a light player, you want to be on a neutral or light square, because if you're on a dark square, you'd be halved. So you'd have to fight for the square. It was like, and they had different little knights and basilisk and a queen and a genie. It was totally cool. If you ever have a chance,
so riveting.
No, it's actually a really fun game. You could probably find it on those archive sites. It's called Archon, or I don't know if I spelled it right, but if you ever get a chance, that was old school. So, but yeah, I play, and it's hard enough for me just to play on my PS4 and not have some, like, even on Call of Duty, sometimes I'll have like I get the squares, my connection's a little laggy, but I notice that sometimes it's not
Don't
my
make
connection.
excuses.
It's like the whole room. I remember
it's like,
yeah, Gary's older than
ago.
all of me. It's true. And Gary is older than all of us. That is true. So
it's like
he
some
looks
people don't know
all of us, though.
I was one of the first 100 people in Xbox Live.
Really?
Yeah. And
okay, that's cool.
So when Xbox Live would launch on the Xbox and the original Xbox, I was one of the first guys there to play on it. And the only thing I used to play back then, it was Halo. It was Halo 2. Yeah. And we used to have a group together, and we used to make people lag just for fun, because we used to share. You connected the Xbox to your computer, and you give the host to that guy that is playing with you, and that guy give you the lag switch, and you will see people running against the wall.
Yeah, I played Halo 2 like on the online and stuff. I remember that was fun. I know Dave's always playing like the Master Chief Collection and all those Halo games. I was never very good at any of that stuff. And before you say anything, yeah, I know I'm not good at first-person shooter games, even like Halos and stuff like that. I was okay.
Anything.
I know, because it was going on in your mind. I could see it on your head. He said, no shit, you sucked 15 years ago? Yeah, I stuck. That's why I stay away from them.
So 15 years ago, you still suck now. No, you don't. To be fair, when you're playing with me and TK, you are really good.
I was also, because I was so into Halo, I was playing
You're welcome.
Halo 1, Halo 2. When Halo 3 was going to launch, Bungie sent me an email back then, and it was like weird to get an email. It was $56K, and and I did the beta on Halo 3. I played the beta before it came out. Cool. Then they launched the beta on Crackdown. You had to buy Crackdown to play.
Oh, I remember that game. I liked that game. Crackdown was fun. I thought it was kind of fun. That was a pretty cool game, actually. Yeah. Matt, there's a question for you. Why don't you look up?
I'm responding to the question.
Okay.
That's what I was doing.
So, yes. Are you going to do a live stream of the You're so... Well, I think he's asking if you could.
It's no, right? I don't have a problem with anybody else doing unboxings, but that's just not me. I don't like unboxings. I don't like unboxing videos. I don't mind first impressions videos with a slight unboxing at the beginning, but that's my personal opinion. I don't mind when we get the Pixel 5. Joe, who's in the chat, will be getting his, and Chris, who's already got his. We're going to have a chat on the show, aren't we? So I'll leave it all for that. We're going to have a show specifically for the Pixel 5 with me and Chris, and for a change, you're not going to have a phone that we've got.
Yeah, no, that's okay. So
there'll be four of us. There'll be me, Chris, Joe, and him.
Yeah, that's fine, and it's okay. And I guess, Rolando, have you ever like daily drove a Pixel, any of the Pixel devices? I'm sorry, the original Pixel all the way to now. No. And no. The question
is the first one I haven't even opened it.
Right. So I guess the question is, when you shake your head like this, kind of emphatically, the question is, why is that? Is it just because you're more of a Samsung OnePlus guy, or just not your thing, or what? I'm curious why that is.
Let's say I started like on Windows phones. That's where I started. That's where the beginnings on the phones. I always been about that little thing that is here.
Drop test.
Gravity.
That's okay. Oh yeah.
The stylus.
Yep.
Because I used to be on a Windows XP environment. My Windows phone was, and my first Android phone was an HTC.
Me too.
And after I got into HTC, I went through that Android lines of HTC, and never moved out of it until they did the last crappy phone that they did, and that's when I switched to Samsung. And I never tried the Google Nexus. I never tried any original Google Android software. Like I think I went from Marshmallow, I think it was. And from there, I went to Samsung, and then it's all about Samsung environment. And like I was saying, this guy, I have to put it away because I look at my Note 20, and I want to take this one because the experience on the OnePlus devices is so different from Samsung devices. And I bought the Google Pixel 4a just because I wanted to have a Google Pixel. I wanted to try that Android updates consistently, having the latest on that stock firmware, because OnePlus Oxygen OS for so far, in my book, is the best skin that you can have on any phone.
Yeah. I do like, although it's funny that, and I think this is part of Matt, this is part of where this argument went to, that it seems like that OnePlus now, that kind of that homogenization, right, of OS is kind of like, and that's rubbing some people the wrong way, because I guess for people who are more OnePlus purists, they're like, I wish it would stay in that track, but
I'm staying out of this conversation. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no. It's one of those things where it's where, so people who are Samsung people are happy, but people like you who really Samsung OnePlus devices, you're now seeing that the not only hardware but software is starting to converge a little bit, almost to the point where you could make an argument. I think it's a weak argument that they're almost aligning themselves. They almost look the same. That could be an issue, I guess, and so there's a reason why, and then an argument for and against, I guess.
Yeah,
so it's touchy.
It's like the Samsung One UI, the implementation, the things that they have changed have made it a better experience on the phone. Even though Samsung always in just the hardware, it just kills it. It's just the hardware is there. It's no box like in the hardware itself, unless you got the S20 with a problem with the camera. But that's another thing. But OnePlus, I guess. Not a lot of people knows that the OnePlus, this OnePlus Oxygen OS actually came from Cyanogen.
Yeah, that's
how they started, and because when OnePlus One launched, they used to use Cyanogen on their phones, and then
they did indeed,
and then it became a legal issue, and that's why then actually they had a few developers Cyanogen coming off the team joining OnePlus. They changed their name, Oxygen OS. That's why China has another name, like TK was saying yesterday.
It's Hydrogen OS, isn't it?
Yeah, Hydrogen OS. And actually, when I had my original OnePlus and then my OnePlus 3T, I actually ran Hydrogen OS builds on it because you could download those. And I used to run the Hydrogen OS builds instead of Oxygen because I kind of like the look of it. So, and then for this question in the chat, I am not ordering a Pixel 5. I've got a Duo and I'm broke.
I'm stuck. The chat's
I got too many phones, so
it's going along really well about this question.
Yeah.
A lot of people have ordered the Sage. I've ordered the black, but obviously I'll have skins for the Pixel 5, so I can change its color whenever I want.
Right. And then we have that, and
from our
because
channel sponsor Extreme Skins.
Extreme Skins. So if you, and here's the thing, if you do happen to get the black phone and you don't like the black phone, or you get the Sage and you're feeling a little bit cheeky and you want to change it and you want to do something different, you can go to Extreme.
Orange?
Like you want to make it orange or canary piss yellow, as Matt likes to say.
That is piss. I don't give a shit. Extreme Skins don't make shit colors like that.
I think they make a yellow, but it's a different kind of yellow.
It's a yellow, but it's a nice yellow.
Yeah, it's a nice yellow.
Not I've just pissed on the floor yellow.
Right. So if you're looking to change the color and you want a good quality and you don't want to spend a ton of money and have good customer service and good response time and good shipping and very competitive, actually probably almost prices that almost make you look like, man, are you sure that they're not taking it in the shorts? Like, are they just giving this shit away? Check out Extreme Skins. Go on their website. Check them out. Use codes. I think we've got a code for them.
We have a code. Use code WIN PS5.
Yep.
And then you're in for the chance to win the PS5.
And you can also
get edition. I will just throw that in there.
Yeah, and you can also get yourself a really good skin, so you can change the color whenever you want. And then if you want to change it, peel it off and order another one and change it too.
Protect your phone. Get a chance to be in the chance of winning a PS5, which we are so happy to be winning.
Right. And like I said, and what's cool is if you decide that you don't like the color, and then maybe somebody in your checkout line or somebody sees it and goes, that's a pretty cool thing. Where did you get that color? You didn't. And you can send them to Extreme Skins too. And they'll ship to the US because I've got stuff from them before. It's really good. Yep. Check them out. They're good folks, good people, and they'll take care of you for sure. So that's cool. So I'm glad. So I guess you're pretty much rocking Samsung. So I guess, have you tried the folds, dual screens? Is that a thing or what?
I had the first fold on hand. I had the C fold on hand. I had the Fold 2 on hand. Never ever been able to play with it. I've been had it on the Samsung events. Like, touch it, see it. Here you go. But like, I was debating whether buying the Note 20 or buying the Galaxy Fold 2. So I was like, for my type of job, I can't have that on the job. If I drop that thing, I'll be going crazy because there's no cover, like can't protect it completely. So I can't have it. So that's the reason I stay with that one. And like I was saying, I almost went and bought a Duo, but
you were saying that before the chat that you were actually considering. Look at him shaking your head. I'm
so sour about.
I know
FedEx.
it sucks,
really
man. That is just a
Mark
first of all, that's just
so
sucking.
nice enough to say.
And
I'll send you over my Duo for you to check it out because you can't buy them in the UK, and then FedEx capture it. Customs have go through it. They slap a £312 flipping charge on it and say you're not having it till you've paid it.
It only takes me 45 minutes to get to the Microsoft store.
Well, and actually, we used to have one in St. Louis. It's about the same distance, but they closed the shop. And then I tried to order the Duo using I have a Dell Preferred account because I buy hardware from them, and they wouldn't let me check out. I kept having this issue, so I screwed it. And I still haven't gotten the update. So the unlocked Duo's got the October. It hasn't gone through AT&T yet, so I'm still behind. So
that's that Duo
that's another thing with companies.
Stansted's got the update.
Yeah,
with companies, they hold the updates of the software because they have to have their team check the software before it actually launches to a company because they don't want nobody coming in. It's lost the 4G LTE. It doesn't have 5G now. What happened?
Your update basically broke our AT&T phone. I realize that. So I'm hoping maybe it's like a week behind since this is the first real update. I'm hoping that the updates like a lag a little, like AT&T's like maybe a week, 10 days, and then you get the AT&T version. Of the update.
That 60 that I got, it's a T-Mobile 60.
They're slow.
I think the one that Mark sent me was a T-Mobile one.
Yeah,
and he said that's got an update. Well, I don't think the update will come here because the GX, I didn't get any updates for that because it's a United States locked phone. So I didn't think the Duo would get it anyway, but I won't know. I don't know.
Yeah,
it's going to be sat in the airport till the 14th of October when FedEx send it back.
Yeah. And Simon got a Nokia 8.3 today. Be interested to see if it passes the credit check. Oh, geez. Well, yeah. Well, we'll see. Hopefully you get it, but I know there's a credit checking and stuff like that. I know, Matt, you have an issue with the original.
The credit in this country is ridiculous, mate. I'll tell you. You can have a really, really good credit score.
Another phone that I rocked for a long time was the Razer. That's another phone that I had for a long time. I had a Razer.
I always wanted to try one of those Razer phones. I had the chance to pick one up, and I kind of didn't check it out. I kind of wish I would have. It looked like a pretty cool phone.
Yeah, I had it for a long time. It was nice to have that flap and open it up and answer the phone calls back then.
Yeah.
But the new one, the one that they just put out, I haven't seen it. I haven't touched it. I haven't looked at it, but it doesn't feel the same. For some reason, some people that never tried it, like Marquez was saying, it's nice, but they never had one on hand. For people that see that, it's a nice feeling to see it. But for me, that I had one for a long time, just before I went into Windows phones, it looks nice. It feels weird.
Yeah, I agree.
Windows phone, Sam's eyes went.
Well, no, he's talking about the feel on the. He's talking about the Razer phones. Yeah.
No. The Razer phones, I
They felt weird. It was okay. I like the Razer phone too, and I know Gary's got a Razer phone too. I saw it in the
I've
store.
always
I'm
been
like,
an
I could get
ROG
into
phone
it.
guy. You know that.
Yeah.
I've always
like
been
to
an ROG phone guy.
Yeah,
Mainly because of the triggers. Razer put out a gaming phone. I like the ROG because it has the triggers.
TK has his Razer phone.
Yeah, he's got his Razer phone, and then Gary says he's got. Yeah, I had a Nexus 6. That was the first and only Nexus phone I ever owned was the Motorola Nexus 6.
6P.
I love that Motorola. I still love that. That was one of my favorite phones. That Motorola 6. I love just the design. It was big.
That
had
thing
a little
was
dimple in the back.
on it.
Yeah, and the speakers were really good. The front-facing speakers were good,
Mm.
and it was a good phone. I mean, I liked using that Motorola
I remember
Nexus.
the 6P.
It was cool.
Because the 6
for me,
was too big at the time.
Most of the phones were huge because it was all about multitasking. Had to have a stylus, had to have a keyboard because I used to like the HTC, not the Diamond. There was the one that came before that one that was still Windows Phone. You used to flip it, dual screen almost.
Oh, okay.
You used to flip it, sit it, and you had the keyboard. You can type on it, and it had a stylus and everything. And it was because of the environment. It's like that's one of the reasons that I still thinking about getting a Duo, just because the environment. It's like when you got a MacBook and you got an iPhone and you got an iPad. It's all about the environment. Everything can be work between them. You can multitask between them.
And Gary even remembers the code name Shamu. That's right. So if you're an old a router guy, you had code names. The Shamu. That was a good name. I like the Shamu. So I've enjoyed using my Duo so far. It's been a pretty good phone. I've had some issues with drop calls lately though, and restarting it kind of seems to help. But I'm waiting for that update to really kind of see where they're going with it. But it's cool, and so we realize that, and we didn't even get a chance to talk about games, and that's why I always tell people we talk about phones, we get down the rabbit hole. We're already at 1 hour and 1 minute already. It's crazy. So I want to get you to take really quick on like games. Like what kind of games are you into? Do you play like a lot of first person shooters? Are you into strategy games? I mean, more PC, more console, just the basics of your gaming experience.
Lately, because of content creation and doing videos and editing and stuff like that, most of the time now I'm in the computer most of the time, and my PlayStation has been sitting there for a bit. But I was all about Microsoft. I was since the first Microsoft console, 360, and Microsoft the Xbox One, the first one that launched. And I've been there forever. And PlayStation was like the secondary console. And then suddenly I moved into the PlayStation 4. And I was playing most of the time. And I'm a first-person shooter. I'm all about Halo, Destiny, Call of Duty. I think Matt is gonna
Fortnite
disagree with me. Yeah, Fortnite.
I am a first-person shooter guy, and I love all that stuff. But Fortnite,
but
not for me.
Probably
personally.
Matt is gonna disagree with what I'm gonna say, but I said always that Bungie, kind of like Halo games and Destiny, you have to have precision. You have to be a precision guy. And Call of Duty doesn't need that much.
I agree with that.
Call of Duty.
I have had both the Destinies so far. I've not had the new expansions for Destiny, but I've played them all.
Yeah, because on Call of Duty you don't need that much. Call of Duty, use any SMG and just shoot anybody and get killed. So you don't need that much talent.
I developed my precision sniper skills on Warzone.
Yeah, it was I'm more
playing
like a
Halo
first-person
and
shooter.
Destiny, and the games that do require precision shooting.
Yeah, I know.
As much as fun Warzone is, it's a good game, and you do require a bit of precision. But Destiny and things like that, it's a bit more focused.
Yeah, I think that's Bungie's kind of niche. I think they require you to be successful in the game. They really require you to be really more specific about accuracy and those kind of things and precision. Yeah, I agree. That's a theme in Halo and Destiny games for sure. You can feel it when I play Destiny. You got to be a lot tighter with those kind of things. Just sort of dumping rounds, you got to be specific. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's the only thing about Halo right now is it's like when Call of Duty 3 came out. I hate running against walls, and I hate flying. I hate more realistic stuff like just
that was
running.
Black Ops, wasn't it?
Yeah, Black Ops 2 and Black Ops.
Much.
Yeah.
It went so far away from where Call of Duty was supposed to be. It was ridiculous.
So it's that's why when 343 games took over Halo, it was just became a different thing, and it kind of got away from Halo, and I just kept the track of Bungie again and went behind Destiny, and it just that's how it is. It's just I like realistic games. I don't like too much flying around with jump packs. And
you mean like Anthem?
Yeah, so it's like
Anthem was I enjoyed it, but it was a buggy mess.
Yeah, and Fortnite lately, I think today I was playing NK21 Golf NK21 PGA.
The only sports game I've ever played really is FIFA.
Yeah, so I like sports games like basketball.
FIFA for a long time. I'm more into Horizon. I can't wait for Horizon Forbidden Lands.
That's going to be cool.
I love Horizon Zero Dawn. One of my
I do too. It's one of my favorite games. I do play the sports games, but I'm not very good at them. And then when I play online, people just like it's just a mess. So
you're good at chess.
I'm not even good at chess. I'm okay.
You're good at solitaire. Solitaire? No.
Yeah. Okay.
Candy Crush.
Yeah, but no. I could say 80% of the games that I play are first-person shooters.
Yeah. Well, that's cool. Yeah, I like it. I enjoy them. I've gotten better. I don't play them very often. I like to play a lot of games. So I play dude, that Elite Dangerous. I can't play that game anymore. I will spend 3 hours just flying places and doing stuff. I'm like, this game, and then I've
also got Ghost Recon's new one, Breakpoint. Not even put the disc in my PlayStation.
Yeah, and
hey, here. Hey, there you go. My son gave it as a gift for me in Christmas. It's never stayed on the console.
Oh, geez. Well, that's even worse. I mean, it's just hard to play all the time. I mean, that's another thing too.
I've got addicted to Warzone, and that's all I play at the minute. It's like,
man, Jesus, the detail. He is savage, man. 100 guys with fire and whatever. It's whatever. So, well, that's good. So, what I'd like to do is have Rolando on again and just
invented talk hunter gatherings. What do you mean?
Yeah, that was my thing
when they were about. That's his thing.
That's where the beard came from. Back then. Woolly mammoths, mastodons, all that shit. I was slaying. Yeah,
but your grade's not as your beard's not as good as TK.
No, God, no. I mean, even if I tried to grow it, it wouldn't be as good as TK because it's not TK's beard.
TK's beard game.
I don't have that issue.
TK, it's the best.
Rolando's nice and clean. He's tight and tactical, right? He's got a good, nice look. I just look like
I can't wait to get TK's hat. Like I know that is my next daily hat.
I'm going to get one of Rolando because I like TK's hat, but I like Rolando's that real kind of clean, just a simple logo, and just it's perfect.
Oh no, I want TK's face on my head for sure. Okay, I cannot wait to get that hat.
That got a little weird. That got a little weird all of a sudden. But okay. I love TK as much as the next guy, but I don't know if I'm like, I gotta have his face on my head. It's gotta be there.
As soon as I saw the hat, I was like, I've got to get the hat because you know.
But I do like that.
So my caps, not right now, but I really wanted that one, and I'm glad I've got it. But if I do get merch, it's usually a hat.
Yeah.
So, I reckon maybe next.
Yeah.
I got too many T-shirts.
Yeah, that guy over there.
It's supposed to be that way.
Yeah, I couldn't get all the way through. It's fine.
But that company, Corporate Casuals, I send it to them because actually, when I did this logo, I did it Fiverr. I made it on Fiverr, and I took it to this place that do hats right here on the mall. I forget the name, and they have embroidery, and they did it, and I didn't like that. It looked weird. The logo looked like really big.
Yeah.
So I look online and found this company. They did this one, and sent it to me, and actually was perfect, like the way I wanted it, because the logo is not actually in the middle.
Oh yeah, it's a little up.
It's up, and it's a little bit into the left.
It's a little, but it's not badly off center, but you can tell if you're looking at where the seam's at. Yeah, it's a little off.
But I had it made like that because if you put it's a triangle, if you put it in the middle, it will stick like up to here.
Oh,
and then it would you see more on this side than on this side.
Yeah,
So
that makes
the
sense.
tip looks like weird. It looks like off center.
Okay, that makes sense. And yes, I agree. TK's hat needs a beard and wig attached. A beard wig for sure. He needs to get on that right now. So what we'll do is we'll make sure, right, for even for bar mitzvahs, Halloween, Easter, whatever. It's cool. Whatever works. Just you wear it all the time. So, we'll make sure that we get your merch channel and all the regular links. And so people who are, I'm sure, in the chat are probably already following you, know of you. But if in case there are some people who are looking, where can they go find you? On Twitters, the Instagrams, the Facebooks, all that stuff. Where can they go?
Yeah, it's all of them are at My Tech Review on Facebook.
Cool.
And Instagram and Twitter. So everything. Patreon, everything. I got everything open, even though I don't use all of them, but they're all at My Tech Review. And it's funny because I had to use the K instead of the CH because there's a YouTube channel that has a CH on it, and they have not posted anything in the last 10 years.
Ah, well, darn, that's no cool. Well, it's okay. Actually, I kind of
that's what happened to us.
Right. That's why I do it with Sam and
we're
Matt.
across the podcast with Sam and Matt is because there's another across the podcast.
Yeah, the guy that has the My Tech Review with the CH is he's a radio analyst.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, for some reason, My Tech Review, and he do sports analytics.
Weird. That's interesting. Yeah. Well, actually, I kind of like the My Tech Review. It's kind of a unique thing, and it still says tech. When you say it sounds like tech, so actually it's okay. So for people in the chat, if you aren't, go to My Tech Review, watch his stuff, start subscribing, start getting involved. Really, and be involved in creators and helping him out. And we'll also put the links in the show notes to your merch links and all that kind of stuff. And when you have a hat available, let me know. I may go ahead and buy one. And we have had really great. And I always want to appreciate you coming on, and you're welcome anytime that your schedule allows. We love having you, and I loved actually finally getting to know the face behind the content. So that's always good, and getting to know you. It's been awesome, and we really appreciate you taking your time and spending it with us.
Yeah, I appreciate the opportunity that you've given me to be part of the show. Like my schedule is a little bit off right now, and closer to getting Christmas, the more hours I have to work.
Yeah, it's probably, I was going to say, holiday times are probably for where you work. It's probably going to get a little weird for you. So we probably have to catch you on the other side of 2021 because it's going to get stupid, especially now. So
I try to work 5 days a week, but kind of they make us work 6 days a week.
Right.
And it's around 12 to 14 hours days. So
you're probably not going to be able to squeeze us in. I know we're very important, but we're not that darn important. So we'll catch you for sure. We want to talk more about the video game aspect and really get into deep dive about games and that kind of thing. Yeah. Not just phones. I always like to have people on multiple times because we always have more concepts to talk about.
And
I'm
next week's
more
show
a gamer
is
than
not
everything. So I've been more in the game environment for longer than actually everything else that I've done. So
well, then we want to make sure we definitely dive in there. Pick some nuggets out of Rolando's head. We'll get some nuggets.
I want to get some chats in about that for sure.
And if it gets a little crazy about, he wants to talk about a game, and then we'll talk about stuff and we'll throw it out there. But I want to definitely get your takes on gaming and games in general for sure. I'd love to have you on again if that would be okay with you.
100%, because games is I like games.
There's actually my first PC game that was first-person shooter is a game that a lot of people don't know that it was given for free. And
really?
It was Army of One.
Oh, yeah, I remember that game.
And it was the recruiters in the Army
used to give it
to the guys.
Yeah, I remember that. It was
I just got a low battery warning on my phone.
Oh, that's okay. Yeah, I remember that game was, and then they actually made it was so popular with recruits and
they made it to Xbox.
They turned into a game. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, totally cool. I forgot all about that. Yeah,
I used to play it on 56K modems online.
Yeah, cool.
And every time you had an update, you had to download the update and wait 4 days to play the game again.
Yeah, come back next weekend. We'll maybe have it good. It's it's good.
The thing is that you had to leave the computer, plug in, the phone can't ring because it drops the connection. So it was hard.
The internet. I want to make a phone call, but I was here first, Mom. I remember those conversations in the 90s.
Yeah,
you used to get the computer, and you'd hear the dial-up tone.
And the first time I felt that I was playing a game, like an actual PvP game online. It was with AT&T 3G.
Whoa, that's savage, man.
Yeah, I connected. I had 56K back then. The DSL was only like 64, 128 megabytes. If you had 256, you were a god. You had money.
Yeah, well, is it like IDSN and T1 lines and stuff like that back then? Yeah.
Yeah, and I plugged my AT&T phone with 3G that we just barely was getting 3G in Puerto Rico at the first time that just launched 3G. And I had 3G connection on my house. So I connected to the laptop. I connected an Ethernet cable to my Xbox and went online. And that was the first time that I felt like, oh, I'm playing online.
Yeah, man, real cool. Yeah, that was awesome. So we want to definitely dive into those kind of concepts in gaming and really pick your knowledge. I mean, 20 plus years of gaming experience. We really want to dive into that for sure. So you'll have to come on with us another hour. Sorry, you're gonna have to come back on the show. I know that's gonna be a little bit of a pain in the ass, but that's what we're here for.
Yeah, whenever I'm usually off Sundays, and Saturdays it's gonna be tough, but.
No, it's always on Sunday. So if you got some,
we're a Sunday show because we don't. Well, I work on a Sunday.
Yeah, like I was saying on Twitter,
so.
I was writing in Twitter, and Matt, I said Saturday, and Matt is like, "Lol, Sunday."
And that's like, no.
And then he sent me a message, and I replied back Saturday again. I'm like, what the hell is
that?
Oh
yeah, he put Saturday on the.
I think
he's Saturday on the actual
on the response. Well, I think he's trying to like in his mind. He's trying to make it Saturday.
It was Saturday.
Yeah,
and then I was like, no, Sunday. And then he sent me a DM about 2-3 minutes later, and then said Saturday again. I'm like, no, Sunday.
Yeah, and it's because I told you, my schedule is going to change this week, and I'm going to work starting 2:00 in the morning, Tuesday to Saturday again. So I start Saturday at 2:00 in the morning. I don't get out until 3:00 in the afternoon, probably. And and I was thinking already one day ahead on my schedule, so I was keeping saying Saturday, and then I was like, oh well, TK has a show on Saturday, then you got the show on Sunday, and then Juan Carlos had the one on Monday.
Know. You never know. Sam and Matt appearing on TK's Saturday show. It's possible.
That's a possibility. We're open. We're here. Call us.
We're open. Give us a call.
We're available. I promise.
Not too available though.
No, we're totally available. He's not. I'm totally
technically together as well.
Oh
yeah, an eye out for that.
Funny story. I used to be all the time on XDA developers, so that's how I actually got to see what TK was doing back then. And I met TK in the 1+7 launch event. Finally, we met in New York. He came. It was raining. It was pouring raining.
Oh.
It was May. It was raining. So we walked down to the T-Mobile store and everything. He came back in August for the S20 launch. Guess what? Oh, the S10 Plus launch.
Raining.
Because it was raining. And I told TK, hey, leave the rain in California. Don't bring it down to New York.
They need some rain in the Pacific East and stuff like that. No, yeah, the Pacific North.
If you like any of our rain.
Right. Oh, what every day?
We've got plenty of rain.
You guys got the lock on rain. It's awesome.
Cool.
Yeah.
So cool. So that's going to wrap our show up. We had Rolando on again. We always appreciate anybody coming on, but especially having you on finally to get a chance to talk to you. It's been our pleasure and our privilege.
Yeah, sure. Thank you. Appreciate it.
100%. That this wasn't planned. This is not a show that's been planned. It was literally, do you know what? I want to talk to him. Do you want to come on this Sunday? Literally, it was like 3 days ago. Yeah, cool. Let's go. Let's do it.
Cool. So we always. Yeah, so we will definitely have to have another chat again about the games, and we'd love to have you on again when your schedule allows. And for everybody in the chat, TK and Aditya and Simon and Jim and Yara and all the folks, Gary the Fireman and Greg, and I'm going through the list. Fat Protus was on. I saw him earlier.
Yep.
He's still here, hopefully. Hickey, go ahead.
If anybody wants to jump onto my friend's live stream, it's Westside Geckos. He's live on Twitch right now, and he streams Warzone, Horizon Zero Dawn, and just different games on his Twitch channel. He's looking to get to the 50. He's doing what we did. He's at 43 subscribers at the minute. And if you want to help him out and help me help a friend out, then feel free, jump over. He's live now.
Yeah,
Westside Geckos. I'll share the link in the Twitter anyway because he's a good guy.
And go check out Westside Geckos. And one last thing, Goran had made a comment about the difference between the 765 and 865. I want to do some more research and talk to that, so we may have to talk to that later because I couldn't find anything. It was kind of a late comment. I thought it would be easy to find, and it wound up not being. So I want to talk a little bit more intelligently. I may reach out to Goran and talk about it. So if Goran's listening to this live or on the podcast. I wanted him to, I put it at the end so he had to listen all the way through in case he wants to throw shade. He had to listen to the whole fucking thing and get to the end of it. And then, so we will talk about that. I promise, Gordon. I want to make sure I get to your question because it's a good point and I want to address it, but I need to dig a little deeper. So
yeah, if he like you were saying, he was saying that Linus was the one talking about it. Just make sure that he puts what of the channels and which video was, because
right.
if it was,
I'm going to reach out
on the one show
because I couldn't find
live
it.
stream. So
right,
or
I need
if
to
it's
dig
Tech
for
Twiki or any of his other channels. Just
so we'll promise we'll talk to that, but I need to read up and we'll get some more information to find out. But we'll talk about that for sure. So that'll be it. We're at the 1 hour 20-minute mark for myself, for Matt, for Rolando. Thank you for coming and spending some time with us, listening to the show afterwards in case you couldn't make the live stream, which is okay. Please, if you want to subscribe, cool. If you don't, check out our show, our acrossthepondcast.com. We have links, merch, stuff. Be there. Be a great community. Be a tech ambassador.
Would you believe we have a website and stuff and things?
Right.
Throwback.
Yeah. Stay safe. Make sure you sanitize, wash hands, socially distance. Got an election coming up in the United States, so if you aren't registered or need to vote, go do that because it's important. Do your civic duty. If you have a chance to in the UK, when they do have votes, make sure you do that. And we want to make sure that we do the best by our tech. Enjoy your conversations about said tech and be good to each other and realize that we're all here together trying to make it work for everyone and be safe and enjoy your tech and enjoy your lives and have fun. And we'll see you next Sunday. Another Across the Pondcast, the best podcast you never heard.
Popcorn time.
Yeah, popcorn time next Sunday. We got LeBaron's coming on.
He'll be diving in popcorn.
I'm so hyped.
We're not going to probably talk about anything.
And I can't even try any of the popcorn.
We're going to get you some. We're going to change that. So we're going to help it out.
Yeah, for £400 customs charge.
Because apparently you won't have a dual screen phones soon. So
right,
at least I get popcorn.
No, we're getting 1.5. We're getting the LG wing.
But we're going to get you some popcorn as a consolation prize since you got shafted.
I'll take that.
Shit. That popcorn's legit. So if you're going to be on the show, have a chance, Rolando, please join us if you can. If you can't, that's okay too.
It's like yesterday. Yesterday I wasn't able to actually be part of the chat a lot on the TK stream because I was driving to New York fixing my modem because I updated my internet for 1 gigabit yesterday. And the modem that I have, I can't connect. The one that they brought me, I can't connect remotely to my server. So because the Optimum has everything like tweaked, so they can actually not let you allow to do anything. So I had to go to Micro Center, drive to New York, buy a modem, and I was here in the live stream. And the guys are like, "Oh, that's why you were so quiet." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm driving."
Well, good. So if you give a chance, be part of that show next week. It's gonna be also got LeBaron on. It's gonna be a good show. So everybody, please.
Hey, we're giving Juan a run for his end of show time.
I know.
Right now.
We can never close. Right?
One is the longest to close the show, but we are giving him a run right now for his money.
That's okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to thank Rolando. We're going to thank Matt. I'm going to go ahead and get the hell out of here. And we'll see you next Sunday on Across the Podcast. You guys take care, and we'll see you next Sunday. Bye, everybody.